So today I am attempting to make my first crossbow. As you can see, I already have most of it constructed. Most of it is constructed of this, I don't know, like 3/4 inch pine wood. It's pretty thin. It's like this is the actual thickness. This is just the trigger piece. And I'm gonna have 3 pieces. I just have 2 pieces right now, so I can work on the trigger mechanism. But it's a really cool trigger mechanism. I got the idea from Jorg Sprav from the Slingshot channel, so go check out his video. But I'm gonna show you how it works real quick right now. So basically, you have the string in this groove thing right here. It's gonna be pulled this way, and you have the pressure going like that, right? And then the trigger is this thing, so you just pull it like that. I might have to change the trigger a little bit, but you basically pull it this way, and then that spins. It's called like a rolling nut design, I think. And now I have this little brace piece. This is basically going to simulate the third piece going over all of this and completing it. And this is just going to kind of hold it together, because when they're just sticking straight out of one piece of wood, they're not very stable. So just going to go like that. The trigger is holding this, so it's keeping that from rotating. So when you pull it down, it can spin. And I'll show you it with a rubber band. Okay, so here it is with this little rubber band on there, and watch when I pull this trigger down, it releases that, and the rolling nut spins. Very reliable. I'm really happy with how it's going so far, and the trick is just going to be getting the third piece to basically act like this, so I'll have to line up all the holes carefully. And also, if you're trying to make this, I really like putting in these little pins. These are actually just like the extra pieces of rivets. They're like this little piece right here. They're aluminum, so they bend really easily, so they're good to kind of adjust things around, and I just like to use them to hold things together while I'm building stuff like this. But the next step is to basically do a little bit more fine tuning to get this into the right position that I want. It's already in pretty good, but I want to have it a little more like that. That's exaggerated, but like that. So it's the string is more likely to stay on and less likely to slip off and kill someone. But for that, I'll glue the third piece on, and we'll start shaping. And by the way, this is going to be rubber powered. It's going to be much smaller and much more powerful. And here's the rolling nut. I just thought I'd give you a closer look at it. There are these 2 pieces of aluminum, and then this piece of, I think it was 1/2 inch plywood. And the arrow just goes in between there, and then the string is looped around those 2 pieces, like this. Alright, got that third piece glued on. After quite a lot of fiddling around with getting those pins to line up and for the trigger to activate or to release the spinning nut properly. Okay, so I have the main body fully shaped on the belt sander, have it all rounded so it's very comfortable to hold. And the next step is going to be putting a piece of wood on here. That's going to be kind of like the mini prod. It's just going to be the thing that's holding rubber out. Probably going to be like 4 inches on either side. And then I'll probably use some pieces of wood to clamp that rubber down to the board. And then from there, it's figuring out how to attach the string that's going to catch the notch in the back of the bolt. You're going to be kind of tricky to figure out how to get that attached securely to something to it to keep it from getting by this thing all the time. So when it goes on here, what's going to get after that? After that, I'll be putting the guiding. Alright, I got that bow piece on, and I got these little pieces of plywood, and they have those pieces of hot glue. One piece is to grip the rubber, the other is to kind of like this will grip the rubber. This will kind of make it not go like that, because it'll reveal here taking space, and then that little piece of hot glue right there will keep it from going like that, and will kind of keep it flat so it grips better. And then I also just torched this. It's looking real nice, especially along the sides right there. So I just have to wipe it down. I might do a little bit of light sanding, and then I may or may not have to torch it again to get it to kind of stay in there, because when you torch it, it kind of smudges off. So I might have to either rub it off or sand it off, but it's looking good. The next step is to get that rubber on there, put the trigger mechanism in, and then get the hockey tape on there, and then maybe or maybe not on here. Alright, I rubbed off the ash stuff and then torched it again lightly, so it's not coming off anymore. My hands are already a little dirty, but it doesn't smudge anymore. Well, just a little bit, but once I put that paste wax on, it shouldn't. Alright, so the rubber was not powerful enough. It could only shoot the bolts like 10 or 15 feet, and it dropped super fast. So I'm taking a leaf out of ZNA Productions book, and I'm giving him credit for this, so don't copyright or whatever that is. Basically, it's half-inch PVC pipe, and then there is a road marker. Mine is about 5/16 of an inch. So that basically, I guess, gives it longer life and gives it more speed and power. I'm going to start by doing 2 of these, so 2 pipes with 2 pieces of fiberglass rod in total. So there's 1 in each of them. And then if I feel like I want more power, because I want this thing to be super powerful, so if I want more power, then I'll add a 3rd piece of PVC with another piece of fiberglass rod in it. And this, I think, will be much better than the rubber. And I also have a clip-in bolt mechanism thing that I'm really excited to show you. Get over here. So basically, I found these 2 pieces of somewhat springy sheet metal. I bent them in kind of like a, I guess it's kind of a heart shape. But basically, what this does is enables it so I can just snap the arrow in like that. So I don't have to thread it through the crossbow's guide thing like you do on a normal crossbow. I can just put it on the string and then fold it, or just snap it into place. And then I just have to put things, little things on the side that keep it going like that. And that, it already pretty much keeps it moving up and down. I made the rods. The duct tape, which is just keeping the fiberglass from rattling around in here. The duct tape is just keep it from rattling around, and then I wrapped it in electrical tape because I didn't have any black spray paint, so it looks cool now. It also is very grippy, so when you take out a part and beat up some ninjas, I can beat them up. Alright, so I got a lot done in like a day. I got this piece, wooden piece in there, and I got these pieces on the end, and there's some holes in there, and then this strap basically keeps this piece from splitting, because these holes that the prods are running through are pretty close to the edges, so this is basically to just remedy it if it splits a little bit. This piece is kind of like an end protection because it's the end, so it's probably going to be hidden stuff. So I put that metal piece on there, and this also holds the loading strap. You put this on your foot. I'm going to make a metal version. This is kind of a temporary version. And then this, I don't think I've shown you this yet. Over here, this is basically my snap-in bolt design, redesigned. Because the last ones, you probably noticed the edges, like these edges back here were kind of sharp and they would scratch the bolt a lot. These ones have curled around edges that not only keep from getting scratched, but also act as stops to keep from waddling side to side. It also has a better, more satisfying snap-in sound. And so you can't go up or down or left or right. So you can't back here because the string's not on. These pins, I'm gonna glue in some bigger ones. These are just to keep the string from flying back and destroying all of this. As you can see, I had to put a bigger pin in here because it actually bent this when I was test firing it. Got the hockey tape on there, obviously, and then I also put this extra loop on it because it was powerful enough that I couldn't really pull it back like the extra 2 inches to get onto this hook. So this loop acts as like the actual hook that hooks onto here, and this is what grabs the arrow. I guess kind of braided some thinner cord around it and then put some super glue on it so they're really together, and this is what catches the notch in the arrow. And what I'm going to do here is obviously make that metal strap, foot strap thing, and then I think what would also look really cool and add more grip is if I basically carved some grooves along here and up here, because I saw this groove. This was an accident with like a file or something. I was actually like grinding in this for a while. I was like, oh wait, so there's a big scratch in there. I think it actually looks kind of cool. So I think I'm going to do that along here, and that will also add grip. Alright, first shot, I'm just going to go for a close range shot to see how far it penetrates into the target. I just have a piece of leather, like leather bag over a cardboard box, and behind it is like the liner on for a car or something, and behind that I have a piece of plywood. I think it's going to go through the cardboard and then stick pretty far into the car thing liner, but we'll see. Maybe I overrated leather? Oh. So I think what happened is the wrap that I have around the bolt kind of stopped going through. The leather kind of caught it, so I'm going to try it without the leather. Much better. Oh yeah, oh wow. So that one was much better. It went all the way through the cardboard, which was honestly to be expected, through most of that headliner stuff, and it's sticking out right there. So I kind of want to see what it does against the plywood, and then we'll try a longer range shot. This might destroy the arrow, and I might have to redo this tomorrow. Here it goes. Alright, honestly, didn't go in as far as I thought it would, but I think my expectations were probably too high for this. Alright, range shot about 25-30 feet away, and then I may or may not do it even longer. Alright, well, from that range I can definitely tell it's not very fast. It's actually stuck in deeper. You can actually really see it poking through on the other side. I think that's probably just because it got more momentum from the range, so I'm going to try it from even further away and I'll see what happens. Alright, I have no idea if you can hear me. I'm about 40 feet away now. We're going to see what it does now, obviously. What the heck? What the heck happened there? I'm going to try that again and aim higher. Alright, that's like half an inch off the ground. Not really sticking down to the ground. I'm going to aim a little higher this time. To be honest, I'm very pleased with the left and right accuracy, not pleased with how much it drops. I'm kind of disappointed with that. I think when I do make another crossbow, I'll probably do something to make the prod faster. Or maybe I just need to use lighter bolts. I'll try that next. Try it from close range first, and then we'll try longer range. Oh, it's definitely faster. Didn't go in that deep. But try a long shot now. It definitely drops less. It definitely doesn't drop as much as the longer bolts. Alright, that was better. Alright, so summary of the bolts. Longer ones slower but significantly more power, and these shorter guys significantly faster, and they drop significantly less but a lot less power. So yeah.